All right, how's it going today, guys? Got another balisong review here for you today. And in today's video, I'm going to be working with a balisong that I've never tried before. I've never tried the company before. So this is a Fellowship Blades Medusa. Packaging is pretty basic. This is secondhand though, so I don't know if it's missing some original packaging, but so here it is. Absolutely beautiful design. Love the way this thing looks. I think it has kind of like a stone washed finish to it. And that blade, man, that is one wicked looking blade. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is one of the coolest balisongs aesthetically I've seen in a while. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with it. Like, that blade is one of the coolest blades I think I've seen on a butterfly knife in a very long time, if not the coolest on a blade, in my opinion, I've seen ever. So yeah, the milling is really nice on that blade. It has a really nice like finish and feel. The blade is a S35VN, which is, if you don't know, a very high quality of steel. It's some of the best you can get, you know, for the higher end knives. The handles, I think, are grade 5 channel titanium, runs on bushings. I don't have the exact weight and measurements for you, but I want to say this thing is like 4.3, 4.4. I have spent a little bit of time flipping it, and I'm extremely impressed with it. Honestly, I haven't been this impressed with a butterfly knife in a very long time. Yeah, so right off the bat, if you hear those rings and that sound, absolutely fantastic. I mean, it has such a nice clicky sound. Ton of bounce. I mean, this thing is just so bouncy. So I mean, it's got this like metallic click clack and bounce, but also with this subtle ring. And to be honest, this is potentially the best sounding balisong I've ever heard. I said that about the Telesto, and you know, I said that about the Planarian. So I mean, I don't know, maybe each new balisong kind of blows me away with sound. But this is definitely up there. This and the Telesto, I think, are the coolest sounding balisongs out right now. If ring is your thing, that is. So play, literally like damn near no play. Insane tolerances. No tap whatsoever. So yeah, right out the box, this thing is stunning. I mean, just so fun to look at, honestly. And it just feels so nice right out of the box. Such a solid, snappy feel. Its weight is, I mean, it just feels phenomenal in the hand. It's not as heavy as the Telesto. I see a lot of similarities between this and the Telesto. I'll compare the two shortly here, but right now we're just focusing on this. The balance is fantastic. I really like the bias. I want to say it's probably just a smidge blade heavy. You know, as you can see, that's a pretty large blade. But I mean, it's still got a ton of weight in the rear. Truly one of the better balancing balis I've flipped in a while. It doesn't fan the greatest. I mean, like, it feels good. It feels really fun to fan, but like in terms of how it looks a little bit off center, I guess. A little bit off balance. But yeah, everything else, I mean, it just feels really fine, super smooth, and it just fun to hit tricks with, you know? Like, there's a lot of balisongs that are technically good, you know what I mean, and perfectly capable, but at the end of the day, you know, like, it's just about having fun. And this thing is fun, let me tell you. You know, like, when I compare it to a lot of other balisongs, it's just, I mean, just, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm blown away by this knife, everything about it. So yeah, it retails for $450, which is absolutely insane. Fellowship of the Blades, they're kind of a lower key balisong company, you know. I saw that they came out with this balisong called the, you know, I think it was the Pit Viper. Yeah, that's what it was. And I wasn't the most turned on by that. I mean, like, visually, I wasn't, you know, too into it, and I don't know. I mean, I heard a few people flip it and say it was pretty decent, you know, but like, it really just, you know, wasn't blowing anyone away. And then they dropped this bad boy not too long ago. This thing hit the markets like a month or so ago, and ever since, it has been selling like crazy, let me tell you. You know, he's probably doing small batches, like 10 knives at a time in these drops, so the demand is through the roof on these things, and the supply isn't, you know, it's not at the same level as the demand. So you'll see these things going on, you know, the secondhand markets, Instagram, Facebook, probably selling for like, well, I mean, in the first, you know, first weeks they were out, all the way up to $800, you know, when this thing retails at $450. So that should give you an idea of just how high the demand is. So I paid $650 for mine retail. I traded the Orca clone and the aluminum channel bare bones plus $250. So I definitely kind of had to give up a little bit to get this. It would be a lot nicer to get it for retail, you know, just because while this thing feels like, say, I mean, even like $1,000 knife, like, this thing feels as good as the Telesto and, you know, other knives of that caliber like Orcas, yet it's $450 retail. And I mean, you're getting S35 VN. I mean, you're getting just such a fantastic product here for the price. That being said, I absolutely value this thing at $650. I think it was worth every penny. So just a little bit of information for you there on the markets. If you're looking to get one, I suggest just waiting for a drop. But if you really can't resist it, I just say send it, because it's such a good butterfly knife. I'm really impressed with Fellowship of the Blades. You know, I hadn't really heard a lot about them, and then I try this, and I'm a fan. I'm a really big fan of Fellowship of the Blades right now. I think the fact that they're putting out something this fun and this cool for only $450 really puts some things into perspective with other knife companies and how they are marking up their knives for such incredible prices, when it's pretty apparent that other companies can just shit on the game and make the same quality creation and sell it for a reasonable price. So I hope other balisong companies start taking note of this. Some of the bigger ones like Squid and BRS. I think that to keep up with these guys, these guys like Machine Wise and now Fellowship of the Blades, and Black Balisong with their new Reaper, I think they're gonna have to start lowering their prices a little bit, you know. So yeah, huge fan of these guys now. What else can I say about this? Yeah, I mean, I'm just absolutely in love with this thing. I mean, everything about it, from how it looks to the tolerances to the weight, you know, how snappy it is. Its overall design is hands down one of my favorite designs on a knife in general. I know I say that about, you know, a lot of knives, but you know, these knives are getting innovative, and they keep on coming out with really cool stuff. So yeah, that is the Fellowship Blades Medusa. If I'm gonna give this balisong like a rating out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. This knife is a hit. Absolute fire. I recommend supporting these guys. Give them a follow on Instagram, other social media platforms. If you're into balisongs, if you're into knives, highly recommend getting one. So yeah, Fellowship Blades Medusa.